Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Chief Executive Officer, Ras Al Khaimah Tourist Development Authority, Mr. Haitham Mattar.
Good morning, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Thank you again for voting for Ras Al Khaimah to host AHIC one more time this year. Please raise your hand if you voted for Ras Al Khaimah this year. Excellent, thank you very much, and I'm sure you're going to vote one more time. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you once again here in Ras Al Khaimah. This is the 15th edition of the annual gathering of the Middle East Hospitality Investment Community. We're delighted to be hosting AHIC in Ras Al Khaimah. This is the second year in a row, and I'm sure for many years to come. The theme for this year, Synchronized for Success, cannot be more apt for Ras Al Khaimah's Tourism Development Authority. To me, being synchronized for success means welcoming people to a place of beauty, ensuring that they have the best trip possible, and while simultaneously boosting the profile and the economy of the destination we represent. It's challenging, yet fulfilling work. Everyone who works either directly or indirectly in the hospitality must have the same common aim, and all factors we must work together in harmony to ensure that the two interlinked aims are met successfully. First, that visitors have most pleasant experience possible. And second, most critically, that the destination sees the tangible economic benefits and growth in revenues from tourism. Let's pause for a moment and consider the tourism industry within the global context. Travel keeps on growing. Travel and tourism GDP outpaced the global tourism or the global economy for the 8th successive year last year. It's forecast to create 100 million jobs over the next decade. Travel and tourism is one of the most dynamic economic sectors in the world, representing 10.4% of the global GDP, 1 in 10 jobs on the planet, and 6.5% of the global exports in 2018. Given its forecast growth and its ability to drive job creation, reduce poverty, foster regional integration, and connect people across the globe, travel and tourism is unique position to make a difference, providing opportunities for developing and emerging nations to move up the value chain. Looking locally, in the UAE, travel and tourism contributed to 167 or 164 billion dirhams to the economy. The sector now represents 11.1% of the total UAE economy. That means 1 in every 9 dirhams is now generated by travel and tourism, according to WTTC. For Ras Al Khaimah, our mission was to attract 1 million visitors by the end of 2018. We exceeded this target with 72,000 more visitors, so 1 million, 72,000 visitors by the end of 2018 from both domestic and international markets. That was a 10% increase in 2017, making us one of the fastest growing destinations in the world. The regional growth was at 6%. The global growth was at 6%, and the regional growth was at 4%. Synchronization with our partners, working with municipality, public works, police, and immigration is what His Highness has put us together to make sure that we are always synchronized to realize the ambitions that we have realized today. It was not difficult for us to develop our model in tandem with and according with the vision of His Highness, the ruler of Ras Al Khaimah, Sheikh Saud bin Saud al-Qasimi. We launched our first strategy for Ras Al Khaimah's tourism in January 2016, and working together as government entities and partners and hoteliers, that resulted in shared gains for everybody. With the support of our partners, RACTDA's strategic investment over the past 3 years have accelerated the Emirates' progress, surpassing regional growth trends and planting it amongst the fastest growing destinations in the world. Reporting SDR consistently reports Ras Al Khaimah is achieving one of the highest growth in RevPAR and average rate in the region and the world. We opened new overseas offices to attract more visitors from Central Europe, Eastern Europe, as well as the UK, Nordics, Russia, and the CIS countries. We created mutually beneficial relationships and partnerships with airlines such as Emirates Airlines and Fly Dubai. We've also brought in charters into our home or into our own airport here in Ras Al Khaimah. But we are also blessed with the fact that we have airports close to us, such as Sharjah Airport, Dubai, our own, as well as Abu Dhabi, whom we work very close with. As our tourism offering evolves in Ras Al Khaimah, we must ensure the destination is attractive to travelers who wish to explore beyond the resorts and the hotels, hence our development outside the hotels for new attractions and new developments. Through the new destination that we launched again the next 3 years to 2021, we will continue to create compelling offerings that combine the Emirates' key promises: pristine beaches, natural beauty, adventure and exploration, culture and heritage, excellence in hospitality, and unrivaled experiences. And now, I want to share with you another video, a video that is an award-winning video that has won at least 4 awards. But one of the key awards was the Telly Awards out of the US. Out of 13,000 submissions, this video for the Emirate That Could, Emirate Ras Al Khaimah, won the Bronze Award. Please show the video. This is Ras Al Khaimah, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, our video is a true reflection of our strategy. It's a true reflection of the offering of the destination. By no means do we aim to compete with any of our neighboring emirates. We aim to complement what the other emirates have to offer. We aim to compete with the globe. Our competition is every destination out there in the world, and we have managed collectively as teams together to put us on the map, and thanks to you all in the audience who also contributed to this growth and to putting us on the map. We aim to attract another 500,000 tourists by 2021, so that's 1.5 million tourists, and the biggest target that His Highness has given us is to achieve 3 million visitors by the end of 2025. That puts Ras Al Khaimah at destinations such as Oman, the Canary Islands, where they have at least 3 million visitors. But a visitor experience is only half the story. Whether we are government entities supporting the sector or responsible corporate citizens supporting the sector, also our responsibility is to build successful tourism offerings. Our purpose needs to be beyond profit. We need to bring tangible, long-term, sustainable communities, which will operate also in protecting our natural assets. And Ras Al Khaimah is rich in natural assets. It's the travelers today who are pushing the sustainability agenda now, ladies and gentlemen. They are beginning to demand the changes that they want to see, and we have to act faster. They want to see more than just a destination. They actually want to enrich it. In Ras Al Khaimah, our destination strategy focuses not only on visitor targeting or increases in duration of their stays, but also in RevPAR. How can we accelerate foreign and local investments within the tourism sector? And we will drive an environment for sustainable tourism development. It looks at how our sector can nurture homegrown small and medium enterprises to create further employment and businesses for local communities, and in our case in particular, focusing on the Emirati citizens. In doing so, we believe it's essential to prioritize the sustainable and authentic cultural experiences that preserve our precious physical environment and also the intangible cultural assets of Ras Al Khaimah. For those of you who don't know, Ras Al Khaimah is one of the richest, if not the richest, emirate in historical sites. We have sites that date back to 7,000 years. One of the closest sites to my heart is the Jazira al-Hamra, which has now been restored in phase 1 and will be restored in 2 more phases. Has a plan to make it tourist ready by the end of this year. A lot of work was put in through the teams of the government and all the entities to bring this to life. And I want to thank them all for their contributions, for giving us a product that we are very proud of. In doing so, we believe it is essential to prioritize sustainable and authentic cultural experiences that preserve our precious physical environment and our tangible cultural assets, which after all is what makes a destination exciting and what makes Ras Al Khaimah different. There's only one Jebel Jais in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and it's here in Ras Al Khaimah. But the perfect synchronization between sustainability and innovation. In the next 2 days, you're going to hear from leaders talking about many of the topics that are relevant to our work here in RAK TDA. Innovation, adventure tourism concepts, green building, and also developing human capital, all within the context of driving the bottom line. The zip line is a prime example of innovation and protecting our nature. In fact, there's a huge potential here in Ras Al Khaimah for entities looking to develop resort, niche accommodation options, and also tourism product, similar to what we have done in the mountains. And this is reflected in the astonishing improvements in the infrastructure, which I hope many of you, if not all of you, have experienced on your arrival today or yesterday to Ras Al Khaimah. The facilities, and I want to thank, of course, the Al-Hamra Group and my team for working together hand in hand, as well as the municipality, public works, and everyone who was involved in bringing this amazing facility for us today to enjoy. Now we just have to keep it full. The accommodation options and tourism products here are reflected also in the improvements. We've seen great renovations for the Ritz-Carlton on the beach and Al-Wadi. Great brands will come to Ras Al Khaimah very soon. In the next 3 years, we have another 6,000 hotel rooms that will enter in the market by the end of 2022. In addition, the government is actively encouraging private investment, and making those investments even more attractive by adding incentives and putting massive resources behind tourism development. You'll be hearing a lot more about that shortly from His Highness in his speech. Innovation in tourism can mean many things. Facial recognition and biometrics makes travel experiences even more seamless. Imagine a future today, a future experience of traveling without a physical passport, checking into your hotel room through facial recognition, going to the airport in a driverless car, but also your bags arrive before you in a drone. This could happen, ladies and gentlemen, in a very short period of time. It is coming, and we should be ready for it. It's an exciting time for hoteliers, and of course, for hotel investors. In this region, we synchronize efforts to collaborate and innovate together, and I'd like to thank you all for the enthusiasm and for the support for the return of AHIC to Ras Al Khaimah and for voting again for Ras Al Khaimah. But I also hope you'll get the opportunity to explore our beautiful emirate for yourselves. There's not many places around the world that I can think of where you can zip line in the mountain, dive in the sea, and take a horse and go hiking in the desert. All on the same day, by the way. I'd also like to thank the person whose vision, whose passion, whose energy, whose leadership is pushing this emirate to achieve greatness, without whose support we could not achieve this much growth this fast. Without him bringing us all together, we could not achieve what we have achieved so far. I am honored to invite His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Saud Al Qasimi, our ruler, our leader, our passionate leader, to the stage, Your Highness.